After a lot of speculation, rumors, and waiting, Persona 5's mobile game, now known as Persona 5 The Phantom X, has been officially released worldwide for English speakers to enjoy. Now, when I first looked at this game upon its announcement, I thought it was interesting, but I wasn't really on the edge of my seat waiting for a chance to play it. I figured an English release would happen at some point, as is usually the case with these types of games. They'll run open betas and do early releases in East Asia, and if they do well enough, they'll release them worldwide. But now, with this game officially being out in English, I figured why not do an early impressions video on it. Especially since Sega themselves reached out wanting me to do a video on it. I mean, there's no reason not to check it out. It's a free-to-play game, and I'll have a link to it down below in the description for you all to check out yourselves. It's available for iOS, Android, and Windows, and the footage you're going to be seeing for this video is for the Windows version. First things first, for a mobile game, P5X looks beautiful. I mean, Persona 5 and all of its spin-offs are known for their styles, but they've almost all been on console-level hardware. P5X is designed to work on hardware as old as the iPhone 11, which was released in 2019. Now, I'm not sure how it would look or run on those older devices, but I can at least say that these developers did an excellent job of recreating Persona 5's distinctive style for this game. I mean, the opening is almost a one-to-one recreation of Persona 5's opening until you get to Moloch, but even after that, the overall graphical quality and aesthetic stays the same. And I don't think I need to say that the new music rocks either, although, again, a lot of it is taken from Persona 5. The story is what I find to be the most interesting. It's not exactly a sequel, but more of a reimagining with debatable canonicity. Like, even though the game is focused on its new original characters who don't even attend the same school as the Persona 5 cast, the Phantom Thieves from Persona 5 still appear and play small roles, and you can still use them in battle, provided you're lucky enough to get one of them. Now, although I think the premise is interesting, I don't know if I would say the same about the story itself. Like, the story for P5X just hasn't grabbed me the same way Persona 5's story did. And I was actually very critical of Persona 5's story, but I don't think anyone would dispute that it got off to a very strong start. That does not seem to be the case here. I mean, what? The first major antagonist is some retired baseball player that goes up to random women in train stations and football charges them. That is just so random, and I just find it more funny than anything else. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks this, given all the memes I've seen about him. Not to mention the fact that Persona 5's own writer was critical of this part, even though he does say that the story will improve. The main characters, I just don't find all that interesting either. I mean, again, this could be because this game is still in its infancy with its global release, but even in all the other Persona games, I was able to get a pretty good idea of who these characters were and how I would feel about them in a very short amount of time. I don't feel that way about any of them here, although I do like Lufel. He's actually probably my favorite character so far, which is never something I thought I would say about a talking animal mascot. With this being a free-to-play live service game designed for mobile phones, they're going to keep adding more content that will encourage players to keep coming back, and there's little doubt in my mind that they will continue to support this game for a while since they've already given this game a ton of support in East Asia. Although, even in this early stage of the game, it has a ton of content. I know someone who has already poured over 60 hours into this game, and that is just insane. Now, the gameplay is pretty much what you would expect. It's the same gameplay of Persona 5, but everything has been gacha-fied. You have the turn-based combat, the dungeon crawling, the social simulation, but it's all been reworked to be suitable for a mobile game. You have a bunch of different currencies to keep track of and special items to collect that are not only used for pulls, but also used to level up and strengthen weapons and personas, and these can be obtained either through in-game progression or by simply buying them. Which is normally something I would feel the need to complain about, but P5X actually gives you a pretty substantial amount of these by just playing. The pop-up ads asking me to purchase things were a bit annoying, but I never really felt like the game was coercing me to pay for anything. I didn't spend a penny and I got by just fine, and the gameplay is still a lot of fun and very strategic, just like the game it's inspired by, although things have been simplified a bit. For example, the One More system has been replaced with this system that allows you to either just follow it up with a preset attack, or a baton pass to another party member that will do the same. You have highlight attacks, which are kind of like Showtime attacks, but they're done with only one character, and you have to fill up a meter to be able to use one. And even though you'll be introduced to characters through the game's story, most of your recruiting is going to be done through gacha pulls. There's also no more calendar. The days just kind of go by and don't have any dates attached to them, and that also means there aren't any deadlines. I will say, all the different currencies and events and menus and everything can seem a bit overwhelming, especially to people who haven't played many gacha games, but the game does a good enough job at explaining everything to you, and it's a pretty easy game anyway. It also has some accessibility features that I think are pretty cool, like the ability to automate the combat and speed it up, which is very helpful for regular encounters. As someone who isn't that much of a mobile game fan, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed Persona 5 The Phantom X. I definitely think this game will be the go-to mobile game for many Persona fans, and it's probably going to be one that I pour a good amount of time into myself as well, and I think it has the potential to compete with some of the more popular mobile games on the market. But my biggest hope is that gacha fans that don't play many console and PC games will check it out, and this will be their gateway into the rest of the Megaten franchise. Maybe it will even encourage some people to check out DX2, the other Megaten mobile game, which still has a small but dedicated fanbase. Even if you're not much into mobile games, I think Persona 5 The Phantom X is at least worth checking out, and you can do that by checking out the link down below in the description. Like I said before, it's free to play, and it's compatible with most iOS, Android, and Windows devices. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Be sure to tell me what y'all think of this game, and as always, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and until the next video, I will see you all later.